anything you want to let niggas know out there on some real street shit where you ain't got to hold your tongue. Know what I mean?
It's the king of West New York with that boy LBS.
Gladiator. Yeah. Let's go. Okay.
Let them know that I'm back at it. Body rappers on the mic, I got a bad habit. Listening to hoes, sipping Douce. Pay my own way, give a fuck about what you say. Like a virgin, ain't nobody really fucking with me. 100 niggas off from West New York and Jersey City. Bouncing on these haters with a mean step. Hit them with a right or I could hit them with a mean left. Shout to all my Jersey bitches, hold me down. She said she only bumping Mesa and I'll be out. But how you niggas want it, you can get it now. Hit them up, riding on my enemies and I peep the stack. Miami for the winter, then it's Las Vegas. I don't sit on the block, I get the call later. Yo, you heard who got popped? I'm at the mall later. Don't ever hit on my jack unless it's about paper. Couple model vixens in my DM. They know the boy wavy, they get crazy when they see him. Whoa, stunting on my haters is the model, throwing singles up. Tell them I'ma need another bottle like.
That's street approved.
We are back.
These are cameras right there, right?
Yes, sir. We here. Episode 23? 23, right?
Yes, sir.
Keep again.
I'm back again.
We back again. We have back special guest today. My brother, my boy, Mesa.
God. Thank you for having me, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Of course.
For sure.
Because of me telling them like let me know you since like 2016. It's like that. Coming from Florida. Playing like your music for me and everything like that.
Yeah. I mean, you seen it, right?
Not facts, because you was grinding always back then, and now look at you. Shining.
Yeah, it's been a lot of hard work. It still is hard work. It always is hard work. Whenever you're doing something for yourself, it's always gonna be hard work. So that's all it is, man. You know what I mean?
No facts. So how did you get into like making music?
You know, my sister played the piano.
I know that.
Yeah, my sister played the piano. She's older than me. I learned a lot from her. I was influenced by her a lot. And then once I started hanging out with my cousins, they started putting me onto like Wu-Tang and shit like that, and that's how I really got heavily influenced with like hip hop, you know what I mean? And then just from there, you know, we was like rapping, freestyling in my neighborhood and stuff like that, and you know, that's how we started going. That like my neighborhood, everybody was kind of rapping when we was young, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
So you know what I mean, and it just took off from there. And then you know, once you got older, it's like, then what I want to do in my life, you know what I mean?
Feel it.
And then I'm like, fuck it, is this something I really want to do? Like I love to do it, you know what I mean?
Gosh.
So
you found your passion.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like with music, you know, I could do it for hours and I get tired, you know what I mean? Or I could be in the studio for hours and I get tired. Or I could just do the business logistics of it for hours and I get tired of it, rather than just, you know, going to a job and clocking in, you know. Not that I've done that, you know what I mean? Because in the beginning I had to fund my career.
Millers.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
100%.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So not taking it away from people, but you know, you gotta.
No, that's the end goal. I feel like that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
To feel like you not at a job, clocking in, clocking out. Like
that's a fact.
You love,
be your own boss.
Yeah, in fact, you got fun, because 9 to 5 funds your dreams, pretty much, basically.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah. I mean, they ain't gonna take you serious until you start taking yourself serious. You know what I mean?
I be telling the people at my job, I'm like, yo, this is really my side hustle.
My job too. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna be here for long.
Facts.
Facts. And a lot of the generation now is like that. You know, they don't.
No facts.
All the old heads, all the older generation, they're like, oh, this generation don't want to work. It's not that. It's that we got hip. You know what I mean? We knew.
We know the wave now.
Yeah. Now we're not gonna do it like y'all. We're not gonna work 65 years, then retire, and then die 5 years later. You know what I mean?
Like, no life to live. After that.
Like shit.
So with that said, at the top, before we even started, you said you had some bars.
Yeah, I got some bars, man. I want to get right to it, man.
Spicy to it. I'm trying to hear some bars.
I want to give a shout out to the brands.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? I want to give a shout out to Hardin in Las Vegas.
Okay.
There's a dispensary out in Vegas. If you're ever in Vegas, make sure you check them out. I want to give a shout out to this new tequila company, Don Ali Bed. that I just became an ambassador for. I haven't made the announcement yet. Just this is actually the first time, I just did the photo shoot for us. So, we drinking tequila all year, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to the brands. Make sure you support the brands. You know what I mean?
This is why his name is 100 Summers on Instagram.
So let's get to it. Let's spit some shit. There's been a lot of shit going on in the world. I got a lot of shit I want to get over my chest. You know what I mean?
Man, hot, ready, spicy.
Let's get it.
All right.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Mesa, a.k.a. Mr. 100 Summers, and I'm with the Street Approved Podcast, man. I'm with the family. Shout out to the brands, Hardin and Donani Bed. You already know. Let's get it. Let me talk to him real quick. Check it. Problem is, you niggas wasn't no friend of me. Watching my old videos and see my enemies. Most of the time, they're usually closer than you think. And most of the time, the shit can happen when you blink. Don't ever call yourself my brother unless you've been in my house. Ate at the table, sat and put food in your mouth. Never let nothing get in the way, I kept winning. I don't play no games like Ben Simmons. Inflation at an all-time high and y'all adjusting. Pussy killing kids in the school, this shit's disgusting. Hate Trump all you want, but we was better off. The hood was eating lovely. Joe Biden got us looking soft. I felt bad for Ukraine till they started telling all the black people couldn't get on the bus. I said we got our own problem, shit. Who worried about us? There's niggas dying in the hood, baby. Who do I trust? I pray that for the babies it gets smoother than silk. How there's a surplus on guns but a shortage on milk. No more talking heavy, cause now they gon' use it in court. You got men telling women they can never abort. The police department in Texas waited outside while Salvador Ramos was getting busy letting off shots. Killed 19 babies. Tell me, when does it stop? The shootout in Buffalo got escorted by cops. I'm the type to fall 7 times, get up 8. The type to give you all my food before I ate. Pray to God for some money, here I stand as a witness. He ain't do it, so I robbed the plug and asked for forgiveness. Ace of Spades champagne, that's the drink that I pour. If they ain't worried about me, then why they keeping the score? We getting portions, everyone wants a piece of the pie. My money talks, all they money ever says is goodbye. You heard? Tap in, man. You already know it's your boy Mesa, man. That was money. Damn. We got it. We got it. I was like, yo, I gotta get it right. You feel me? Like that's all. Like I was literally, bro. You know, Brian's my nigga for real. Like, you know what I mean? I used to fucking, stay in his ex-girlfriend's, like, we tight friends. Mm-hmm. But, nigga, he seen my grind come up. And so, I was like, my man was like, yo, you gonna spit that freestyle on that podcast? Like, you gotta save that for Sway. I'm like, nah, nigga, we going viral. It don't matter what, where we do it at, you know what I mean? Like, so all week, bro, I was just, like, in the shower rapping it. And just testing myself to see if I remembered it, you know what I mean? Like, if I had it down packed, you feel me? Because I want to make sure that, you know what I mean? When we post it,
go crazy.
It's going up. We got a lot of people watching, a lot of big influencers watching. But I'm glad. I think we killed it. I'm glad we got out the way.
That was it right there.
Yeah, that was it, right?
That was it. That gave me chills. For real.
So
I was like, yeah. So you're talking about your grind and your come up. Mm-hmm. So what song or what album put you to that next level?
Throughout the years, I kept working with a lot of like nice lyricists, Fred the Godson, Vado. These are all recipes, Fred. These are all my guys. P, Albial, Smoke Dizza. You know what I mean? But when the doors really started opening up for me was when I did that song with Jadakiss. And I was just texting him right now. I wanted to see if he wanted to go to the Ranger game. But it's like surreal, me texting him like, yo, Kiss, you want to go to the Ranger game? He's like, bucket list shit. Like, that's the shit that he texted me, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo. But it's just like with Kiss, it's almost just like, when you meet somebody that's at a certain level, and it doesn't hurt them to put you on or show you love, you know what I mean? Because they feel confident within themselves, you know what I mean? Secure in themselves, that they don't care if something good happens to you and you pop off, you know what I mean? Right. So Kiss really was the one that opened his doors, you know what I mean? And it started with a feature, you know what I mean? And from there, it just unraveled into some things that you can't even imagine. Like, I didn't know a year before I did the feature that a year later we were gonna be at Versus against Dipset. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I was gonna be there.
Which he body.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Which I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know he was gonna go Super Saiyan. You know what I mean? Like, you know? Yeah, I didn't know. Like, you know what I mean? I did not know at all. You know what I mean? So, and then it just kept unraveling. And then once I did the Kiss record, I was telling my team, and shout out to my team. I got a great team, a group of guys that we grew up together. We've been doing this since we was young. But I said, like, yo, we got Kiss now. We got to do something big now, because, like, I feel like the trajectory is always important, right? I feel like I look at it kind of like boxing, you know what I mean? Like, I sparred with Vado, I sparred with Fred, my sparring list is nice. Right. So I'm like, I got a record with Kiss. I actually got 2 records with Kiss, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, I need this next move got to be bigger, because if we do like a feature that's not up to the caliber of Kiss or bigger, you know what I mean? It's not gonna look like exactly, you know what I mean? So, that song with Ross, man, that shit was
How did that happen, bro?
That was a whole world.
Where were you in life when this just like popped off? And how'd you feel when you got the
just a water for this? So with Ross, shout out to my man's Biscuit, the blogger. But we was in Vegas, and that song that's out now with Ross originally had 2 verses on it. And I remember playing it for Biz in the car, you know what I mean? And I played for Biz in the car. And he's like a funny character, Biz, you know what I mean? So I remember him like turning off the music and being like, shh. And he's like, we're playing games. I'm looking at him like, what do you mean I'm playing it? Like, I'm confused. I didn't know. He's like, you got to get Ross on this and stop playing. But like, I don't know Ross. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna make that happen? You feel me? But he's so motivational and positive, bro, that like the way he tells you shit, it makes you like, he'll tell you could take over the world and you'll believe it. Like, he'll gas you up and you'll be like, you know what, I can't take over the world. So he's like, yo, start making them phone calls, you know what I mean? So 7 degrees of separation, I start making phone calls because I do got relationships in the industry. So I went through like 6 different avenues, and ultimately the person that really made it happen for me was the owner of Hardin. Shout out to Hardin. Shout out to Adam. Adam is the owner of the dispensary Hardin in Las Vegas. Okay. And I reached out to him. He was tight with Ross's manager, and he called me like 2 weeks after I hit him up, and he's like, listen, I'm gonna put you in a group chat with Ross's manager. He's like, I just spoke to him.
Hot seat.
Yeah, he's like, he was like, he asked me, like Ross's manager asked him, is it important to you? And he's like, yo, this is one of my ambassadors, you know what I mean? It is important to me. I want to see him win. And Ross's manager was like, say no more, just put him on the chat with me, we'll make it happen, you know what I mean? And then the rest is history. He put me in the chat with him, and ended up being the most, the healthiest transaction overall out of all the avenues that I went through. Yeah. Because I was going through people in the streets, I was going through people in the industry, and they were like all talking crazy numbers, like 150,000. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, man. My guy Adam, my guy Adam, he doesn't need to do none of that. You know what I mean? He's well off, you know what I mean? So it was real like, I don't want nothing from this. I just want you to make it happen, you know what I mean? And in return, of course, I got tons of product placement. I got the models wearing the Hardin merch in the video. So it ends up working out regardless, you know what I mean? It ends up working out regardless, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. I want to get into a bar. I believe it's on Hold Me Down, that track. I want to know the relation with Universal you had.
So you back in 2014, Universal tried to offer me a single deal for just one song, and they said that they were going to distribute it, and they were going to they always promise you these things that they're going to do, these labels that they're going to distribute it, and that I just need to come up with the marketing. And I'm like, bro, like I'm already doing that right now. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna just put it out for me, take 15% or whatever it is on the back end for the distribution, and then you're gonna do nothing, and I'm gonna do all the legwork anyways. I'm like, I'd rather just put it out on Tuga. It's like, oh, but you got the Universal Music stamp. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I've always been independent, you know what I mean, since the beginning.
Spotify killer. You Spotify killer.
Yeah, so I'm
building crazy.
Yeah, man. Thank God. So I'm trying to build value into the catalog so I can, you know, maybe sell it later on or whatever. You know what I mean?
So go ahead.
Oh, do you feel like independent is just from here on out, or are you open up to?
No, I'm definitely open, bro. I'm definitely open, but I'm just like right now, it's the part where like, you know, I'm building the foundation so that way when I do go sit down and negotiate with them again, you know what I mean? It, you know, I can have some type of leverage. You know what I mean?
Got you.
When I was negotiating with them, then I didn't have any leverage. You know what I mean? Streaming had just started.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Literally had just started. It, you know, was brand new. It was during that time when you would tell people like, you pay Apple Music, bro. It's $10. You get to listen to whatever you want.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
It was like, hell
And
no.
everybody would be like, I ain't paying no $10.
Now look at Spotify, fucking Tidal.
Now look at everybody.
yeah.
Now everybody got everything. They're
We
paying
pay
all
for
3
everything.
subscriptions.
Right. But they won't pay $1 to buy one of your songs. Which is like,
Support costs $0, I swear, but people be stingy with the support. I don't understand.
Yeah.
All right, let's play your song with Rick Ross. Let's play that.
Let's get it, man. Run It Up featuring Rick Ross out now. Just came out 4 weeks ago. It's only out on YouTube. World Star premiere right now.
Hey.
Yeah. You know what we do best. Yeah. Run it up, here we go again. Hustle to that money, keep on coming in. Yeah, it's up, we gon' play to win. Hustle now, that money keep on coming in. Yeah, run it up, here we go again. Hustle to that money, keep on coming in. Yeah, it's up, we gon' play to win. Hustle now, that money keep on coming in. Yeah. Swerving in the fast lane. Plenty nights I had to hustle till the cash came. From the bottom up like an elevator. I let the money talk and conversate with haters. My shorty, she a woman, she ain't with the gimmicks. Betty and Manny, she don't need acrylic. Yeah, I'm popping out an incident. In my mind lies a blueprint of a master plan. They rather see me losing, that's why I be grinning. Plaques up on my wall, I'd rather see me winning. Washing down a lobster with some Mesa spade. Just to hear me speak, they know they gotta pay. Yeah, it's up and it's stuck, got me stepping on it. Labels see me moving, so they checking on it. Respectfully, don't want you niggas next to me. Like it's Biscuit said, unless you got a check for me. Run it up, here we go again. Hustle to that money, keep on coming in.
Rose, man. Rose is inspirational, man. That nigga really motivates you to like. I was in his house like last week for the car show. I told my boy, I'm like, whatever we doing ain't working. We gotta go back to the drawing board, man.
Kilos going to panel, so I'm dropping the top. When it come to this paper, I won't stop for the cops. I get dressed in the labels, still on top of the charts. Ain't got shooters for haters, shit right on top of the knocks. Hella hustle of mine, had a wonderful time. Still be ducking indictments, say that I'm one of a kind. Contosh in my possession, got the J Leno collection. Niggas pay for my murder, mama pray for my blessings. Know the devil be watching, choppers all in the lobby. Niggas thinking it's sweet, so we shot up the body. But the cheddar's my focus, cause you telling the police. Are you really that petty, cause we be wearing the rollies.
Run it up, here we go.
The biggest, man. Rose, man.
I call that rich music, man.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I that's the type of music I really make. So like this freestyle is it's gonna be like something that people are not gonna be expecting. You know what I mean? Because I do make lifestyle music. You know what I mean? Music you can drive through, drive to.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, drive to. Like I make drive.
Wind blowing your hair.
Yeah.
Shirt open, chest out.
On the way to the beach.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah. One of the comments.
Yeah, on the way to the beach.
One of the comments, not facts. One of the comments in the YouTube was like, I think if you look at it, dude was like, yo, picture you putting picture the weather being like 80 degrees, driving your Rolls Royce.
That's fire.
All right, so like with this Ross feature, is that like the how should I put this, like, what's your next move basically, like feature wise or just like song wise?
Yo,
basically,
man, right now
after this,
right now I'm just working this Ross record. You know what I mean? I'm still in I'm still in negotiations on to see where I'm gonna distribute the song. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see if I get an advance for it before I put it out.
Of course.
So that's why I haven't put it out on DSPs. You know, that's the beauty of being independent. You can just do whatever you want. You know what I mean? People was hitting me like, "Yo, it's not on Apple Music." I'm like, "Yo, I didn't put it out there."
I can't find it.
Yeah, I was like, "I didn't put it out on there." Yeah, they're like, "Yo, you crazy? You don't do it." I'm like, "Bro, why do I have to follow the rules? Who says that I need to put it out on Apple Music at the same time? I can do whatever I want, bro." I'm like, right now, I got a World Star premiered it on the top box on their YouTube channel. It's gonna grow and continue to do numbers. I'm good with that for now, so I could shop that around. You know what I mean? I ain't pressed. And then if it does none works out, I just end up putting it on my album and distributing with on my TuneCore. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
you know I want to run back to like what you said before. Like, you're open to like deals and stuff like that, but like you're used to being like independent. Do you think you can ever find someone that you can truly trust to have your best interest at heart?
Yeah, that's
you've been
the
working
thing.
for yourself for so long.
Or like,
that's like the hardest part, letting somebody take control. You know what I mean? Because like, bro, I'm involved with everything. Like,
you own everything, right?
Yeah. And not only that, I handle everything. You feel me? Like, look, I pulled up. You know what I mean? I'm here, Dolo. Like, I told my man to be here at 6, but I'm not waiting for him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Brian, I deal with everything. You know, so it's kind of like.
At that point, it's just like, I'd just rather work.
Yeah, man, and I see somebody, when I see try to put somebody on to try to handle shit, and I see they don't do it like me, it's just like, yo, bro, I'm good.
Like,
you know what I mean?
What's
just
next?
doing myself, you know what I mean?
Thanks. I feel it. When you started doing music, how has your surroundings morphed your creativeness in a sense?
I feel like there's been stages, you know. Before I had my son, you know, that was a stage, and then after I had my son, that was a stage, and then but now being a father, that's a different whole stage, you know what I mean? So it's just stages of my life I go through, and it just, the music changes as the stages change, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, you grow. Like right now, I haven't been recording, but I've been living. So whenever I do go back to recording, like I'm gonna have so much to write about, you know. That freestyle just came up with it, you know, the beginning of this week, you know what I mean? So, like, I just got the chance, and that's everything I've been watching and soaking up, like, you know, watching the shootings, watching everything, you know what I mean? So, I'm just like a sponge right now. But, you know, I got 10 albums out, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? After a while, and this Ross feature was like a big move, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just like, all right, let me take my time, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So who do you feel like is next?
I want to work with one of the females. I want to
do it for the lady.
Yeah. I want to work with like Chinese Kitty. I want to work with like Nicki Minaj.
Queen.
Yeah, cause Nicki could rap her ass off. Bro. Like she raps, like, you know.
That's a fact.
Like I'm not saying that these other girls don't rap, but Nicki's nice.
They don't.
You feel me?
There we go.
Nicki's nice, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But yeah, and I do want to work with Larry June.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to work with Larry June because I feel like me and him kind of got that vibe. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
I kind of always go wherever the vibe, like, you know, wherever I feel like my style's gonna match. You know what I mean? Ross was a good match. You know what I mean? So I feel like Larry will be a good match. You know what I mean?
You got a song with Nate Dogg's son too, right?
Yeah, shout out to Inhale. We're going on tour in September.
Oh, for real? Facts?
Yeah, we're going to Europe.
Yeah, that's be good.
Yeah, shout out to Inhale.
I could definitely hear you like matching up with Dom Kennedy.
Yeah, I got like a West Coast sound.
Facts.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cadillac, Chevys. And shit like that. I like that.
What do you feel like is what do you feel like is your favorite part of, I guess, creating music or just the whole career
My favorite part, it would be like when you're writing something good, and then when you're recording it, and then the music videos are fun once they come out and you get to watch them. But everything else is like work, you know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't say it's you know, it's kind of annoying sometimes dealing with that side of it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So
but
just to see the end process.
Just to see the end result of the video, and then writing and knowing that you're writing something, the beat is hot, you know what I mean? That part, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, and being in the studio recording it. That's my favorite part.
All right, so do you get like a lot of hate for saying that you're the king of like West New York?
Oh yeah, absolutely. to this day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did it on purpose though. It wasn't when you know, back in that album came out 2016.
2016. That's my first mention.
Yeah, 2016. I didn't, you know, I didn't have a following that big at that moment, you know what I mean? So I would just try to see where I could, and I always felt like, you know, starting in your neighborhood is a good place to start. You know, people always be like, oh no, you know, but you got to start in your neighborhood, and then, you know what I mean?
Like,
branch out, you know what I mean? But, yeah, you know, people didn't like it. To this day, they're like, oh, he's not the king of West. You know, I don't even care anymore, you know what I mean? At this point, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, y'all dumb. Y'all fell for it. Like, I don't care. I'm the king of my house. Like, I don't care, bro.
At the end of the day, still talking about you.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts, you know what I mean? And then the album is just, I rapped about literally everybody in the neighborhood. I put names in there, you know what I mean? And, yeah, you know, I recorded the album in 9 days straight.
Hey.
Yeah.
No sleep.
Yeah, 9 days straight. I was in the studio.
Basically.
Yeah, this is before I had my son, and I was engineering myself at that time, you know, because I know how to engineer too. You know what I mean?
So you literally do everything.
Yeah, I know how to engineer.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, what's the craziest thing you've seen or experienced so far?
Like as far as like in the industry
and life, or just being at a spot that at the wrong time or some shit just went down or
crazy shit. Well, thank God I haven't seen nothing crazy, man, like that. You know, I try to stay. I'm super militant. I try to like, you know, if I gotta go do something, I'm in and out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Got you.
I try not to stay extra time and just, you know, wiggle around where shit could happen. That's how shit happens. You know what I mean? If you notice, like, Drake, the way Drake moves, man, like, yo, he be in and out. You know what I mean? Like in, out. That little hanging around, like after the event, those 10-15 minutes could cost you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I you know, I try to get back to the crib, bro. You know, a lot of people like to chatty. I'm like, I'm out of there. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I feel it.
I went to the car show. Landed the night before. Right, the car show was on. I forgot what day it was. It started at 11 a.m. Went to the car show. I landed like at 9 p.m. the night before. Woke up in the morning. Went to the car show. Spent the whole day at Rick Ross's mansion at the Promised Land, and the shit ended at 6:30. I went straight back to the airport. And I came back home, and people was like, "Yo, we going to KOD's after this." I'm like, "Bro, I'm good. I'm out." Yeah,
I'm out of there. If it wasn't for music, where do you think you'll be at right now? Like, as far as like, what would you be doing?
Probably I would be in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like the military. I feel like if I wasn't doing music, I would be doing that. I would be wanting to doing like some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Crazy shit.
Navy SEAL.
Yeah, like some crazy military shit. I like that shit. I feel like it's fire. You know?
I can see that. Like, you're very disciplined and like, I can see that. Yeah. To be honest, I can see that.
Jeez.
He's like, wait.
He's in the military.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
What's your hobbies out of music?
I love to cook. You know, I cook.
Like,
you know,
back in the day, cooking it up in this
I
case.
I gotta cook for y'all. I love to cook. You know what I mean?
And we love
It's
to
like therapy.
love to eat. You
It's
ain't
like
gotta tell me
therapy for me.
twice.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Victor. You're a grown ass man. Go ahead, tell him.
No, you really do though. Like 100%.
What mindset were you in when you created Ghetto Law? Listening to
big question.
Listening to Vintage Flows, I got a sense of like it was personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially from the art.
Yeah, that was the bottom right there. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, sleeping in the studio at that point. No shower. You know what I mean? Like shit was rugged. That was that point. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But that hunger to not like let your situation or your upbringing like corner you in and determine your outcome is kind of what, like, you know, what got me out of the situation I was in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I've always worked hard no matter what. You know what I mean? So I would go to work, go right back to the studio. You know what I mean? You know, wake up in the studio. Like that was my life for like a good 8 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Because you had that dream, like you said.
Yeah, I put that work in. Everybody would be like, yo, we're going to the club, we're going to this. I'm like, all right, go ahead. You know what I mean? I'm staying right here. You know what I mean?
I'm in the studio.
Yep.
First, you be disciplined.
Perfecting the craft.
Everybody wants to succeed, but they don't want to put the work in.
Put the work in. They want it easy.
Nobody wants to work nowadays, man. Nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody, as soon as it gets hard, everybody's like, nah, that's it.
Especially
man.
this younger generation.
It's not working
now.
out.
Like they want it quick and easy, like and fast. It's like it doesn't happen like that.
But it takes like 10 years to build a business.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
People think that junk happens overnight.
Think about it. If I would have just gave up 1 year ago, just 1 year ago, or let's say a year and a half ago, if I would have said, you know, and I'm not gonna say like a year and a half ago it wasn't hard. Yeah, every day I'm trying to figure it out what the next move is gonna be, because I'm literally creating my own future.
Right.
So if I would have just gave up a year and a half ago, I would have never been in that car with Biz. I would have never gotten to do that song with Jadakiss. He would have never put the bug in my ear to go after Ross. Like, I would have never done none of these things, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to just keep chipping away at it, you know what I mean? And I tell everybody, I'm like, yo, bro, if you woke up and you got your health and you healthy, and you financially you may not be where you want to be, but you got your health, bro, you're up already, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be grateful. Before you get blessed with more, you got to be grateful for what you have. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Preach.
So as artists, you know, we have our writer blocks that we can't stand, and we always try to fight through it. When you have those mental blocks, what is it that you do to just, you know, open up the chambers again?
I try to, like right now, like I told you, I just go live, you know what I mean? I go just live life, you know what I mean? Go hang out, you know what I mean? And just chill out, bro, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna come. After a while, there's like so. If you write everything you do, like there's only so much you can write about. You end up running out of shit to write. So you gotta go out there and experience new shit. Go fucking, you know, go rent a fucking car, Ferrari, drive it, know what it's like. You know what I mean? So you can then, you know, then you end up it's just gonna come naturally now when you go listen to beats. And sometimes, you know, there'd be like a drought on beats. You know what I mean? Like you can't find hot beats. You know what I mean? But during that time that you're not writing, there'll be a time that you least expect it. I'm gonna go roll the L one day, and I'm gonna go sit down. I'm like, oh, let me see what my producers, what beats they have sent me, and I go listen to it, and one of them will send me a pack of like 10, and then like 6 of them are fire, and then it'll start. You know what I mean? It'll start all over again. You know, like I'll do one, I'll be fascinated with the new record, and then I'm in the studio every day again after that. You know what I mean? So. That's all it is.
I can dig that. A lot.
All right, so what song from your catalog is your favorite? Or in general? Like,
from like the whole catalog?
Yeah, the whole catalog. All 10.
I feel like Cloth Talk is one of my best albums.
I like the album.
Yeah, I like that album a lot. And lately I've been listening to What You Gonna Be, featuring Cake Ready. He's an R&B singer. It's like a real, like, I can't explain the vibe, but it's just a vibe. And I feel like with Cake singing on it, I feel like he sounds like John B. On it, you know what I mean? And I've been playing that like lately, and I feel like it's one of my best body of works, that album, you know what I mean?
Nah, that one was tough.
Yeah.
I was just telling Brian before like we got started. One of your songs, "Good to You." There was this one bar that stood out.
My girl
to me.
loves that song.
It was like you was like, "You ain't good grades, girl. You could take this D." Or you can, so I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy." Like that's the line that stood out to me. Like I'm like, did he really just say that?
Yo, girls
like,
love all that perverted like rap shit, yo. Why?
No,
yo?
I was just talking about that the other day.
They try to lie about it, but they really love that.
They
topic
love that
shit,
shit, bro.
I'm
They
trying to
love that
tell
shit.
I already do though.
Yo, they love it. What was the bar? I heard your grades ain't good, girl.
yeah.
This D won't hurt.
That's why I was like, damn. Like,
because it's a
Sure
fact.
enough, go play it.
Play right now.
yeah, because I was like, damn, okay.
Is it good to you?
Yeah, I think it's featuring Kid Ready and Ricky Saint Laurent. Those are my
What
two.
album?
It's on the cloth. It's on the Cloth Talk album. Yeah, she know her shit. She on point. You know what I mean?
Studying. She was studying.
Yeah.
I ain't want to forget either. I had to write it down. Like, wait, hold on. I got to talk about
She
this.
said it's
Wait.
important.
That is a wild bar, though.
That is
That is a wild bar. You got any projects? coming up?
I do. I got like, you know, I got another song with Kiss that I haven't put out featuring J.R. Castro.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of songs that I haven't put out yet, but like I said, I'm just right now I'm just bubbling right now.
Got you.
Bubbling. All right, there you go.
Yeah. Back with another classic. Ricky Laurent. Cake ready. We got Holly on the boards. I said, baby, come and fuck with the kid. I would say God bless you, but he already did. Yeah, the flights are tropic, the money is large. If sexy was a crime, you'd be guilty as charged. Yeah, love the things we doing on the late night. Kiss it just to see what it tastes like. Raining on me, shorty making it wet. Yeah, hard to get, now she hard to forget. So what we doing, baby? Cause I've been doing my thing. Busy on the road, girl, that's why I gave you the ring. Yeah, we in Vegas and we off to LA. Back in New York, hustle like I'm running with Jay. Now where we going, baby? Headed straight to the top. Win the chip, bring it back to the block. Thong on with a see-through shirt. I heard your grades ain't good, girl, this D won't hurt.
Hey, that's the hardest part. I'm good at singing. Hey, do it for the ladies. Hey.
It was stuck in my head after that. Like after that bar in the beat, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I need to work this song more because like a lot of people like tell me like, yo, this shit's a hit. You know what I mean? I got so much music that sometimes I like, you know, I gotta like revisit, like, you know what I mean? Put in that like. I might shoot a video to that now that my girl loves that song. She constantly telling me like, yo, you need to shoot a video to this.
Go on, do it.
That would
Yeah,
be a good
man.
ass video too.
It would.
Facts. What's your creative process? Like, is it do you just write it and then try to find a beat, or you listen to a beat?
No,
and
I listen
write
to the
it?
beats first. And that's it. You know, usually the beat will guide me. You know what I mean? Depending on the type of vibe I want to go in. You know what I mean?
Feel it. If you were to do a versus,
Ooh.
who would you want to go against?
I'll probably go against my main man, Votto.
Hey,
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
hey.
I can't say, you know, I'm not gonna say Jadakiss. Like, I'm trying to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with that versus with the Dipset and the Locks, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They came out of nowhere. The Locks came out of nowhere, just like keep swinging. This is like,
They cleaned up.
Lock that shit.
They
But
cleaned
they
up.
got clown though. That's crazy.
Yo, that nigga Kiss. I told him I was like, yo, bro. He violated, bro. He super violated, bro.
Jay just made a fucking Locks concert, basically.
Nigga said,
Word.
why they don't know the words? This New York, right? This
Why they
Jamaica.
lip syncing to
The
they don't
thing
know?
is that, yo, he was really mad, yo, when he said, yo, Tech, make something happen.
Yo, Tech, let's make something happen. New York!
Like, he told Tech, a lot of people don't know this story, right? But he told Tech, his DJ technician, which is DJ technician, he's like one of the old school DJs.
Old school.
But yo,
Legend.
he's a monster, bro.
Legend.
Like, he's like, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I'm gonna just break it down to y'all after I tell you this. But anyways, you know, Puff called Kiss and he was like, yo, you need to do one of them freestyles from the mixtape, you know what I mean? And Kiss was like, we was already gonna do that. He's like, you just confirmed it, you know what I mean? So Kiss told me that he was in the Sprinter on the way to the verses and he was just going through the mixtape to see what freestyle he was gonna do with Tech, you know what I mean? So then, you know, Tech's like, yo, no, Kiss, I forgot who said it. He's like, yo, how we gonna know when you want to do the freestyle? You feel me? And Tech was like, Tech told him, he's like, just tell me, Tech, let's make something happen. So Tech tells him, like, yo, Tech tells him, just tell me, Tech, let's make something happen, and I'll throw the Who Shot Ya beat on, right? So.
That beat is a classic. When you hear that fucking...
So it's like...
Because you already know what's about to happen. You really about to feel like you got shot.
Yo, so I told Tech, I was like, yo, bro, Tech, when he said that, and you press that button, you send the electricity. It's like you send a super shock to the stage, bro. Like, yo, he said, Tech, let's make something happen. And then they had it all planned to stop like that, to spit 4 bars, stop it, and then start again. You feel me? Like, yo, like, that's one thing about Kiss, and it's very inspirational to watch. Like, yo, he stays on the road, he stays rehearsing, like, he's stage ready. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure about anybody else who did verses if they were performing or like Dipset was doing shows like that. But, you know, Kiss, like, he, like, the whole locks, you know what I mean? They, you know, they stay in shape, you know what I mean? They stay on point with their stage performance, you feel me? You know what I mean?
They
Like,
control that whole stage.
Yeah,
that takes a lot too.
Yeah, like they rapping on beats. There's no lyrics,
lyrics,
you know what I mean? So that's why, like, you know, I opened up for Kiss in Baltimore, and that was like my main thing. Like, I performed with a band, and I'm like, yo, bro, we can't, no lyrics. And as soon as I got off stage, that's the first thing he told me. He's like, I heard you. He's like, you ain't use he's like, you only use the beat. He's like, I heard that's the way to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but you know, it's crazy, bro. Like, Tech just.
A lot of people had Dipset winning that shit too. Like, a lot of people had Dipset winning by like
yo,
landslide.
Tech is so nasty with it. Shout out to DJ Technician, man. Tech is so nasty with it that he was just cutting songs to 30 seconds and like filling them in. Like, so he'll play 30 seconds of a song. Throw another one in, throw another one in, throw another one, to the point that I don't know who came from the Dipset side, but they was like, hey, bro, you play like 5-6 songs when he chill, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, he's getting them in. He don't care, you know what I mean? Like,
ain't nobody stepping in, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody stepping up. Any more questions?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, it's like 10 in a row.
Gotta get as much as I can, man. You feel me?
I'll actually end it right here then. Well, thank you again for coming through, my brother.
My brother. Thank y'all, man.
Of course.
Fire ass freestyle earlier. Banger.
Yeah, we need that freestyle ASAP so I can post it.
Yo, the chills that went
for real. Yeah.
Nah, I appreciate it.
So powerful.
Nah, I took my time writing it too. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that was from the heart for real.
Thank you.
Nah, yeah,
I think a lot of people gonna be mad with that Trump bar, but that shit's
But it's a fact. No, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
You can hate Trump all you want, but we was better off. Like right now, like we're in a bad situation right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Joe Biden have to sleep every time we can speech.
I just need to know if Joe Biden, yo, what's up with this
student loan, right?
Supposedly. And I feel like he's playing with that too. I feel like they playing with that too. You know what I mean?
Right.
10 bands, you gotta forgive the whole shebang.
40.
Forgive the whole shit.
Give all of it.
You know what I mean? Just like y'all bail out these big banks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
Another freestyle? Go ahead. Just to say it. Oh, man. All right. It's episode 23, and we are out.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to let niggas know out there on some real street shit where you ain't got to hold your tongue. Know what I mean?